welcome back to the Footism podcast. We're here with you today with episode 11. I am back after a 1 week hiatus. Unfortunately, I was on the road and could not to record the milestone episode 10 that we had of the podcast. I'm joined here today with just two of the members of the show. We've got Abe and Saurabh. And as usual, we will start with a game before getting on to some very critical news that has actually just come out within the last 5 to 10 minutes. And guys, this game is quite simple. I'm sure you've seen it pop off on Instagram and YouTube over the past couple of weeks. And it's a game of who gets up, or at least that's what I'm calling it. And basically, I'm going to show you a couple of AI generated images that I've created. And you have to decide who gets up for the entity that is standing up. Very simple.
I didn't get it. Could you explain that better?
I'll show you the picture, and I'm sure it'll be a little bit more self-explanatory after that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can
okay.
start there so you'll get an idea.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that works as well. Let's just pull up the pictures. So, yeah, I'm sure you can see my screen right now.
Yes.
All right. So, as you can see, we've
Okay.
got Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, and Arsene Wenger sitting on a bench, and Jurgen Klopp is standing up. Now, based on Premier League legacy, which one of these three managers has to get up so that Jurgen Klopp can sit? Of course, you can always go the route saying that he's got to keep standing, but I mean that's really up to you. So let's start off with Abe since we said we start with Abe. Abe, who has
I
to
mean,
get up for Jurgen Klopp to sit? I think we can safely say Ferguson is out of the equation. I mean, in terms of Premier League legacy.
yeah, I can say that both Ferguson and Pep should sit for sure.
Okay.
And
So then it only comes
considering,
down to
yeah,
Arsene Wenger.
I mean, for me, my personal opinion,
Yeah,
because for Pete treble, like Pep is right, I mean, on top, and
true.
Ferguson, what is done for the period of like let's say more than 2, 3 decades, so that's also, I
Hmm.
mean, not debatable. So Arsene Wenger, invincible. It's a really good. I mean, I'm
I mean,
really.
as the fans like to remind us, they've got one special little trophy for that, so that's also there to take into account.
No,
But yeah,
I'm gonna say anyways. Let Klopp sit and Wenger stand. So
okay, fair enough.
because Klopp made it happen for Liverpool after 30 years.
30
That's true.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something much bigger than what Wenger has done. I don't know.
Hmm.
Little controversial, but I have to give an opinion. So
Yeah. Saurabh, I know you're not much of a Premier League guy, but are you of the same opinion?
Yes. I mean, I was just looking up some stats, and Arsene Wenger has won 3 league titles in that time, right? When he was on.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. He's won 3 league titles with Arsenal.
I mean, just take that in comparison to the other two. So it's pretty evident then.
Yep.
Despite the invincibles and all that, I still feel, yeah, I agree with the way.
Okay, so Arsene Wenger is going off the seat for this one. Let's go to the next one, and this next one has an entity that we will be discussing very shortly. Pedri, who gets up from this
Hmm.
bench? Does Xavi Iniesta or Xabi Alonso get up from this bench so that Pedri can sit? Now, as we all know, Barcelona fans are of the opinion that Pedri is the greatest midfielder in the world right now.
What Barcelona fans do you know?
You for one, you just keep going on about oh Pedri. If it's not Yamal, it's all Pedri. So it's just like it's a continuous thing with you guys. I know a lot of people who, I mean, you have to admit, man, there are a bunch of
But I don't know. No, nobody's saying he's the greatest ever. I don't
not
think any Barca
the
fan has ever
greatest
said that.
midfielder right now, the greatest midfielder right now, the
Oh
best
yeah, that
midfielder in
I
the world
agree
right
with.
now. Yeah.
That I
So
agree
see,
with. Yeah.
you just proving my point. But anyway, but yeah, we'll start off with you, Dean, because this is of course in your wheelhouse. Who
Yeah.
gets up for Pedri? Do any of these guys get up for Pedri? We're talking about Xavi Hernandez, Andres Iniesta, and Xabi Alonso. Debatably the three greatest midfielders in Spanish football history, you could say. You could
Yeah.
maybe make a case for a couple of other players here and there, but I'd like to believe these three are the most talented. So let's go from this
Yeah.
from a talent and skill perspective. Are you taking Pedri over any of these three?
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but yeah, over Xabi Alonso.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
But
Okay.
I can also make a case for again, this is more tactically and not based on who I prefer or
Okay.
who's better. But Pedri could probably play the role that Xavi played. Obviously, not
Okay,
as
fair
great,
enough.
but tactically, he could play the role that Xavi played. And you can still have the other two playing balls in, dribbling, all of that, creating all that mess. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think. I mean,
tactically,
I've
yes.
not
But,
seen. I've not seen Pedri's passing ability on
oh,
display. I've not seen it on display, but from my comparisons, I would say Xabi Alonso is the better passer. Would that be something you would agree with?
if you're talking about long balls, yes.
Okay.
But I feel like progressive passing, maybe I would say. I mean, we have a very small, what do you call it, sample size to go for Pedri, right? It's just what, 3, 4 seasons, right?
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I would say in the long run, if he can continue the way he's been playing, then he takes Xabi
I
Alonso's
mean, but
place.
yes, it's like I said, it's not based on like legacy. It's more based on in terms of the skill set you've seen from them. Is their skill set better than the three players that we see here right now?
Personally, yes, I would take Pedri over Xabi
Okay,
Alonso
Over Xabi
because
Alonso.
defensively, holding the ball, controlling the play, that La Pausa, he's like a mix of Xavi and Iniesta, both for me. So,
Okay.
Oh
in terms
God.
of what he brings to the table, in terms of what he brings to the table, I'm not saying he's better than them
Ooh,
in any sense. I'm
ooh.
saying stylistically, he's there.
He
He's
definitely
very
ends up in
similar
the
to both.
hospital much more than they do, but yeah. Anyway,
Man, this is clearly goes to show you don't watch enough. Did you watch the Classico?
well, okay. Abhay, are you of the same opinion? Does Pedri
I
get
mean,
it
I
onto
mean,
that bench?
your Paul Scholes considers Pedri his favorite midfielder in the world. So I mean, let's just
Oh, he's not. Come
leave
on,
it at
man.
that.
We
I
can keep
mean,
going into people who think that like
yeah,
there's a better player. Yeah, like
and we don't really take Paul Scholes' opinion into consideration
Either way,
always.
exactly.
So yeah,
either way,
I mean, I've said this plenty of times. Don't get me wrong. Paul Scholes, incredible player, perhaps one of the greatest midfielders of all time. Definitely, in my opinion, the greatest English midfielder of that debate with Gerrard and Lampard, as much as Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans like to talk about it. But in terms of punditry, with all due respect, Mr. Scholes, your opinions are straight trash.
yeah,
My
he's
God,
he's listening to you. He's listening to you.
the stuff he comes
he,
up with is insane.
he's the Messi of Tim Sherwoods.
But yeah, the guy, I mean, he was actually advocating for Roy Keane to be the next United manager. But anyway, we'll get back to that later. Uh, Abhi, what do you think? Does Pedri get in over Xabi Alonso or any of the other two?
I'm gonna keep it short. No, let Pedri stand for now. Maybe in another 5 years, we never know. But right
See,
now,
again, now you're talking about
let them
legacy,
sit.
right?
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
said
what I'm
earlier
saying.
too.
It's not about legacy. It's about the skill set. If you watched all these four guys on the pitch at the same time, and you have to be like, okay, I've got to start three of them and bench one of them. Which one are you benching, and who are the three you're starting?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bench Pedri for.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
All right, let's
Hater.
move on to the next one. We've got another two more to go for this one, and the next one is
Okay.
defenders. I mean, no, this is close to you and I
Who are
heart because
these?
we are both we are.
Who's the
Hey man,
random guy
Who's that?
standing?
Chat GPT's got some crazy AI generation. But anyway, this is very close to our hearts, Dean, because we are both center backs. We've got
Yes,
Van
sir.
Dijk, Ramos, and Rio Ferdinand sitting on the bench, and we've got William
Yeah.
Saliba standing up. That is supposed to be William Saliba. Now,
That's supposed to
Arsenal
be
fans would,
Ferdinand.
yeah, the guy with the United jersey is supposed to be Ferdinand.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
still close. That is still
yeah,
close.
but
It looks like my
so
uncle, dude. I have an uncle who looks like that.
I think Ferdinand looks like a lot of people's uncles. Let's be honest. But but yeah. So Saliba, Arsenal fans would have you believe that he is the greatest Premier League defender to ever lace up a pair of boots. And of course, here we've got three of arguably the greatest defenders of the 21st century. Virgil van Dijk, who I would still say is debatable. I still feel there are defenders who are better than him. But for the sake of argument, we're adding him to this bench. And we've got Sergio Ramos, of course, many people believe is the greatest Real Madrid, greatest Spanish defender. Again, debatable. I personally prefer Carlos Puyol. And yeah, finally, we've got Rio Ferdinand once more, one of the greatest English defenders of all time. But I mean, neck and neck with John Terry. But yeah, let's start with one of the Premier League watchers here. I mean, the only Premier League watcher apart from myself. Abe, uh, are any of these guys getting up for Saliba? Because in my opinion, it's a straight no.
Yeah, I mean, That's
I mean,
that's a that's the easiest answer, to be honest. Out of all these three questions, this was the easiest. Saliba's gonna stand at least for
yeah.
See,
now.
I have a question though. Is this
Hmm.
game like somebody has to get up and the
No.
person has to sit,
No,
or is it like
no.
you can choose not to? Fine.
If you're
Okay.
saying nobody has to get up, nobody has to get up. I mean, but if
Okay.
you want
Fair.
to make
Fair.
it
Fair.
interesting and say one person has to get up, I'll let you make that choice if you want to. I mean, if
Nah,
I
I'm,
had
I'm
to
good.
make someone get up, if I had to make someone get up, and if I'm
It's
really being
obvious.
pushed, like an Arsenal fan has got a gun to my head and I have to pick someone to get up, I'm probably
Van
picking
Dijk,
Virgil van Dijk. I
of
mean,
course.
Of course.
better a guy who backs into goalkeepers and then scores goal rather than one who just twerks and hopes that the ball doesn't go into the goal, if you know what I'm saying.
Yo, that's aura defending. Okay, that's aura defending.
But we're not being paid I mean, like six-figure salaries every week to defend, man. If I was being paid a six-figure salaries a week, I'd go in like head first for every tackle, be like, yeah, like I'll take care of the concussions with the money I'm getting every week. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, Saurabh, are you also in agreement that nobody gets up,
Yes,
or
absolutely. Nobody gets up.
and yeah, I mean, I'm going to put the same thing to you. An Arsenal fan has snuck into your room. He's like,
Hmm.
screw Barcelona. I hate Barcelona. They took away Cesc Fabregas from us when Fabregas was
Hmm.
in his prime. I'm putting a gun to his head and I'm telling him, you got to make William Saliba sit in there instead of one of these three. Who are you picking?
I'm
And
gonna
you know
let him
what?
shoot myself.
Just to make sure that the bias doesn't come in, I'm going to take out Sergio Ramos for you and put Carlos Puyol there. So of these three, are any of them
Ooh.
getting up? Are any of them getting up for Saliba? Or if you have to pick one, who are you picking to get up from that bench?
If there's an Arsenal fan who's gonna make me do that with a gun to my head, I'm gonna let him kill me.
Oh wow.
but
Oh wow.
but
That's
in
good.
this but in this case, I agree with you. I'm gonna take off Van Dijk.
Well, like, yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, well, great dedication to the sport of football on your part, man. I salute you. I mean, you want to sacrifice your life for this game for sure.
I ain't
But
letting
yeah,
my
Self, self.
I ain't letting my captain down, man. There's no way.
oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, you could let your captain down by just getting rid of one or the other. But
Man.
all right, yeah, sure, sure. All right, let's go to the last one. Now, this one again,
Ooh.
very interesting conversation. I feel like this is the toughest to choose from personally.
Oh
But
God.
Robert,
I disagree, but yeah.
nah, man, this is tough. This is tough because you got Robert Lewandowski, who is undoubtedly the top striker of the 2020s, and you could say the 2010s as well. And you've got to pick, you have to choose whether he sits in place of either Luis Suarez, was for a time the best La Liga striker, lethal in front of the goal and lethal to anybody's neck or shoulder if he got a big chunk out of it. And you've also got Karim Benzema, Ballon d'Or winner, really held things together for Real Madrid once Cristiano Ronaldo left for Juventus. And of course, you've got Ronaldo Fenomeno, arguably,
The
in many
greatest.
people's eyes, the greatest pure striker of the 21st century. And that's how it's sort of because all these guys have played in La Liga.
Yeah.
Who's getting up for Lewandowski?
Man, I'm sorry,
No,
but Benzema
they're
has to go.
they're all in their prime. All right, they're all in their prime. Who's getting up for Lewandowski?
I'm Benzema. Still.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I would.
Current winner or not, I see if I have to if I've been watching La Liga for a long time and I feel like Benzema became like his peak was that few 2 seasons, the Ballon d'Or season and the one before that. And before that, if you see Benzema with Cristiano, it's more like a fail comp than a
See,
goal
the
scoring
the
comp.
the thing is, the argument that is always made with Benzema is that he played a very Rooney-esque role in that Real Madrid squad with Ronaldo. He was more of the guy who
Hmm.
facilitated as that center forward piece, playing to the left winger and right winger that was Bale and Ronaldo, rather than the guy who went up front, took the ball from Ronaldo and scored goals. He played that sort of center forward slash cam role, which what Rooney did for a lot
Hmm.
of the years that Ronaldo was there with Manchester United. And once he left, I mean, Rooney took the reins for like 2, 3 seasons before Robin van Persie came in. And I don't know, I would make a case for, and this is again in it's gonna be super controversial. I would actually take out Ronaldo Fenomeno
Oh
because
man, come
I
on,
mean, look, the World
please
Cup,
no.
Brazilian Ronaldo playing for Brazil is untouchable. But in
Hmm.
terms of the club form, if you look at the stats, The other two guys have way better stats compared to Ronaldo. And Ronaldo, I mean, I think he was
Of
in
course. But
Ballon d'Or contention one season when he scored like what, less than 20 goals? That's, I mean, in terms of statistically and pure striking ability, if you take out the Brazilian contributions, which is of course, which you could say is just one off. Every World Cup he comes up, shows up, which is great, but in the long run, taking into account his general health and fitness as well, I would rather have Robert Lewandowski on that bench than Ronaldo Phenomenal. And that's super controversial on my part, and I understand that, but I feel like it's a fair argument. Abe, what is your thoughts on the situation?
I'm not gonna touch Ronaldo first of all,
Okay.
and
huh.
and I fucking love Luis Suarez
Hmm.
because racially abused Patrice Evra, then no, 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 no,
Oh,
not
wow.
uh,
That, that
Okay.
is one of his positives for you, Abe. I mean,
no.
I'm quite
What I
surprised.
wa- and
The fact that
and
you
make
followed up, the fact that you followed up, I love Luis Suarez so fucking much. He's
With
racially
racial
abused
abuse.
Patrice Evra.
no. Let me.
But
Okay.
obviously, that was
No,
just an
we
unfortunate set
got
of
a clip.
sentences.
We got a clip. We got a clip.
Yeah, confirming that
Okay.
for sure.
And make the entire country Ghana cry.
Oh my God. Oh my
No,
God.
no, let me complete. Bite
Uh-huh.
Branislav Ivanovic, then again bite Kellini and bite someone else. And the world remembers for his pure striking abilities and nothing else. So Luis Suarez has to be there. And
Fair
then
enough.
I mean, I personally feel Benzema is very underrated. Or I mean, when Deer says like that, those 2 years were or 2 3 years when Ronaldo was not there. That's when I feel he was actually rated fairly. Before that, also he was playing really well. So I think let Lewandowski stand.
Okay, fair
Oh,
enough.
damn.
Oof, that's crazy.
You're gonna let
I mean,
four
you're
goals
talking
in
about the
9 minutes
guy.
Lewandowski
Yeah.
for
Jeez, that's
for
amazing. Wow.
uh for Benzema. Damn. Okay.
I mean,
For
I mean, I
15-year-old
understand.
Benzema.
I understand, but
Don't Google 15-year-old and Benzema.
What the hell? I mean,
Don't don't Google Benzema 15.
yeah, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I chose Benzema to sit.
Okay, okay, okay.
okay, okay,
Okay.
fair enough,
Clip
fair
farming
enough.
too.
Damn. But
Okay,
yeah, I
let's cut
mean,
that out.
No, 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 we're not cutting that out.
we'll think about it. We'll think about it. But yeah, that brings an end to our game. Uh, like I said, we've got two Real Madrid players here, and that brings us to the first topic of discussion that we have. And it's huge news from Real Madrid because after the thrashing, or not even the thrashing, 3-2 loss that Real Madrid suffered to Barcelona in the El Clasico recently, Supercopa de España, was it? Or was it some
Yeah,
other
Yeah.
competition?
Supercopa de España.
Uh, Xabi Alonso has decided to leave Real Madrid. Now, we don't know if he's been sacked or if he's just decided, you know what, I can't hack it here and I need to leave. But he is officially not the Real Madrid manager anymore. And yeah, let's get first thoughts on the situation. Saurabh, what are your thoughts on Barcelona being the ones to make Xabi Alonso feel like, you know what, I'm not cut out for this Real Madrid job. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I'm not sure if this is the second time after a Barca game that a Real Madrid coach has been, I think even Ancelotti got what do you call? He left after the Clasico, the last Clasico.
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
not very sure. I might be wrong here, so I don't want to make a comment. But oh man, I just wish Xabi had stayed a little longer because it was exposing how unserious that club is right now. And about the game in itself, I feel like the game was going really well in favor of Real Madrid until Xabi took off Vinicius, and I don't know why he did that. If he had kept Vinicius on, I'm pretty sure we would have lost because he was on fire every time he got the ball. He was dribbling past everybody and was making us look like fools. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy with Real Madrid's downfall all day. But
If we clip this video, we can just put like Xabi Alonso's face and Saurabh smiling on the side and just title it "I'm happy." I'm happy.
but
But yeah,
I also wish that he had stayed a little longer so they could continue being as shit.
I mean,
Hmm.
fair enough. But and I think this will tie into something we're going to talk about later. But it's really just exposing how in my opinion, because based on examples we've heard over the past couple of hours, how indisciplined and how unwilling to conform or to learn about structure and discipline modern football players are. And I'll give the examples I'm talking about when
You can you can
referencing.
you can you can just say Real Madrid players, man. You don't have to say football players. Come on.
I'm not talking about Real Madrid players because I'm talking about United guys also. You got guys who I'm talking about
No,
players who
but
just gen.
can you be on my side for once and throw shade on United on
I
Madrid?
I am
Okay,
I,
Come
I
okay.
on.
I am
Yeah.
gonna throw shade on Real Madrid, but first let's get Abe's opinion and then I will throw the shade. Don't worry. They will be
Wait, wait,
under the
wait,
trees feeling the shade.
wait. Before Abhay starts, I'm just reading something from Twitter.
Hmm.
Exclusive. Xabi Alonso is very unhappy about Kylian Mbappe's behavior yesterday. Even though the
Guard
coach
of
wanted
honor.
his players to give a guard of honor, Mbappe asked his teammates to get off the pitch. Xabi
Yeah,
feels this is a direct threat
exactly.
to his authority.
So I mean, we'll get into that.
Xabi,
We'll get into that
yeah. All right, all
because
right.
that's the indiscipline I'm talking about. An example of the indiscipline I'm talking about. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the situation with Xabi Alonso leaving Real Madrid?
Thanks, dear, for I mean picking that video and giving my only opinion I had on this video.
Okay.
No, okay, okay. Jokes aside, I don't know. Like, let's say, I mean, if we look at his record at Real Madrid, that's 22 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses, if I'm not wrong. So that's close to 70% win rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good. Only, I mean, I don't think he's sacked.
I mean, as United fans, that's not pretty good. That's absolutely amazing compared to what we have recently dealt with. But yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, so I personally feel the reason why he is leaving is because of the player's attitude and player power over managerial authority. So, as they rightly mentioned, let's say that video, even if you see, even if you watch that video, it's clearly evident that. And I mean, I didn't like the way Mbappe reacted personally. So anyone with a little self-respect would leave, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a very weird situation. Of course, it's showing that it's a constant debate when you're talking about who holds powers with the club right now. Is it the players or is it the manager? And it's something that as United fans we have experienced over the years, at least particularly in the last 3, 4 years, where there was that whole situation with Cristiano Ronaldo and Eric Ten Hag, and more recently you could say with the young academy players of United, particularly Kobe Mainu and Ruben Amorim. I think just the overall situation led to the Ruben Amorim departing Manchester United, and in this case, it was the attitude of the Real Madrid players that saw Xabi Alonso decide that enough is enough. And outside of the Kylian Mbappe thing, I also saw a post saying that under Carlo Ancelotti's reign, I think after every away game, a particular set of Real Madrid players used to go and party in Ibiza and come back.
Mm.
And I think Xabi Alonso like, yeah, you're not going to do that under me. I mean, that's a fair point. You're an athlete who's expected to be at top form. You're getting paid, like we discussed earlier, six-figure salaries every week to just come into training and train to play football. There are so many people around the world who would kill to have that kind of job, and you're like, you know what, I've got the money, I'm just gonna screw training and go party in Ibiza, and this guy comes in and tells you, listen, I want you guys to be more disciplined. You're like, yeah, you know what, we don't like you, we don't want to play for you, please get out of the club. I think it's so ridiculous. Yeah, Mbappe's actions are obviously unforgivable. I agree that okay, it's a deathly rivalry, it's got so much history and so much blood, sweat, and tears in it, but you should at least have the decency to give them a guard of honor when this team has been performing so well. I mean, it's just downright Yamal level behavior to just not give them a guard of honor. Let's be honest.
That was
Like,
unnecessary. That was
Yeah,
completely
which is
unnecessary.
but it is true. Am I wrong?
Talk is cheap. Talk is
Did
cheap.
Yeah,
Talk is
exactly.
cheap.
That's something Yamal should know about as well. Let's be frank.
That's exactly what he did this time. He didn't speak. Look at him. What a performance.
Yeah, like Insta troll football pop. I mean, pointed out. He instead of posting something on Instagram before the game, he deleted posts from Instagram, and maybe that's why he performed so well and had 6 successful dribbles and 15 successful duels. Wow, amazing statistics from
So
Lamine Yamal. Screw
there
you,
is a
man.
there's something there's a no, no, man, you gotta watch the game. Come on.
I mean,
You
look,
can't just
I
make
have,
comments like that
I
without
have,
watching the
I,
game.
I have, I have
This guy
no
might not
doubts.
this guy
I have no
might
doubts in
not have
terms of
had
the
a
eye test. He looked incredible. There is no denying that in
yeah,
eye test perspective, Yamal is beautiful to watch. Incredible player, just a
yeah.
brilliant football player. But I mean, you know what? Just throwing in stats like that just to make it seem like he performed well is what I have an issue with. Like, oh
But he did
boy, he
perform very
completed
well.
six
I
dribbles.
mean,
Yeah, of course
this
you can just say he was amazing. You don't have to say, oh, he did
yeah,
six dribbles, he won 15 dudes.
but that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, so
It is still
that's
a
like
big deal
saying that's like me
for a
saying,
player.
oh, look at that.
Uh,
Benjamin Sesko had 5 shots on target, but he didn't score a goal. What incredible shots. He
See,
got in on goal and was close to scoring a goal. That's amazing.
Nitin,
as in,
are you telling in terms of attitude, Yamal is Garnacho of all Kylian Mbappe's?
Oh, potentially.
oh, by the way, just to add on to what you said about the troll football thing, right? I
Yeah.
saw this post that said Yamal took down all his posts and then he
Yeah,
changed his
that's
DP to this thing from Samurai Jack and he put
yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
episode number and all that. And people assume this meant like, there are dead bodies and that means that's Real Madrid, something like that. But
Uh-huh.
apparently I was reading this thing that it's about how resurrection or something from that chapter. I don't know the
Okay.
exact detail behind it, but that's very interesting. I want to see that. I want to explore more on that.
Again, dude,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
I'm all for this
it's an
guy having
interesting
fun
fact.
with it. Jesus Christ, I want a footballer, not a philosopher, man. Come on. Good God. Oh, come on, man. Just play the game. But I'm just simply hating on him, just for jokes. I'm here, of
I
course.
know, I know.
I'm
I mean,
sure,
you're
I'm sure, I'm sure he had a great performance. I'm sure those 16 dudes he won was tough to behold. Anyway, let's quickly transition from one dysfunctional club right now to another dysfunctional club. And I have a little
the
short game for
greatest,
you guys.
the greatest dysfunctional club of all time.
When you look up dysfunction on Google Images, this club's logo pops up. But yeah, I have a fun
Um,
game for you guys
le-
before we transition to that, all right? It's a short game, and it's a similar game to what we played a couple of episodes back. It's who said to whom, when, and why. I'm going to read out a couple of quotes for you guys, and
God.
you have to tell me who said it. I'll start. I can't lie, Cristiano is packing. Who said to whom, when, and why?
Is that Piers Morgan? Is that
No,
Piers
no,
Morgan?
no, no. All right, let's go to the next one. Abhay knows who it is.
No,
If
tell me. Who was
Wait, wait,
that? Who said that?
I'll tell you. It's all the same person. Don't worry. If you're really Bruno, what's your jersey number in Man United? 6'7". What? I want to apologize to all my teammates. Shea Lacey. I want to apologize to all my teammates, staff, and the fans. I let everybody down tonight. I shouldn't let my emotions get the better of me. I will do everything I can to make this right. This is a response from the person in question. Just don't do it again, G. And finally, to confirm if you are Bruno, what is your nationality? Manchester. I'm obviously talking about the fact that Bruno Fernandez's Twitter was hacked, and
Got
he just
hacked.
like he went crazy. I think the hacker even said, "Get Ineos out of here. Ineos is the problem," or something like that, which is
Yeah.
absolutely insane. But yeah, and that let's get rid of Ineos. That's what he said, and that nicely transitions to what we're going to discuss now because Manchester United, much like Real Madrid, are in a state of turmoil. We're wasting time trying to interview multiple caretaker managers when, let's be honest, is not going to matter, especially if the plan is just to keep them here till the end of the season, when in reality, we should just be focusing on improving things on the pitch overall. Bruno Fernandez's Twitter was hacked. Ruben Amorim is smiling again. Michael Carrick is looking as the favorite takeover as caretaker manager. We lost to Brighton in the FA Cup. It's just a very sordid, very irritating situation for Manchester United fans around the world. And let's get a quick comment from you guys. The manager carousel will be starting soon. Of course, once the World Cup is over, we can assume that there will be a lot of managers available. And I just want to get your quick opinions. Who would you rather see at the helm heading into the 2026-2027 season? I feel like this is a question I ask myself every year. And I mean, there are a couple of options. I think Xabi Alonso now will definitely present an interesting opportunity for United fans. But there's obviously Xabi Alonso, there's Oliver Glasner, Anthony Iraola from the Premier League. I've been seeing names like Julian Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel being thrown out there, assuming that they leave their national teams once the World Cup is over. And of course, Luis Enrique, who's not signed a new contract with PSG. My worst fear, of course, we end up not getting
Southgate.
Carrick. We end up getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we're like, yeah, let's go for one more ride with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the helm. But Yeah, guys, what do you think about this entire situation with United? And should I stop just watching United from now on? Because I watched the first half of that Brighton game. I was like, you know what? Sleep is more important. I shut the laptop down and went to sleep. That's generally what I did. And then I woke up and saw 2-1, and I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Abhi, let's start with you, man. You're the United fan here with me.
Yeah, what do I say? Like every week, same story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let me be honest. Like I have never seen leave any dysfunctional team. I have never seen a management spend more than a week to appoint an interim manager by replacing another interim or caretaker manager. I've never seen that situation before, and I don't think it's gonna ever happen again unless United sack their next manager. And coming to our coming to the match yesterday or whatever has happened after Amorim is sacked. To be honest, I don't know. I don't feel anything when I watch the game. Why are we watching the game for this season? Because what are we playing for? I mean, we are definitely. I mean, I don't think personally, I don't think we are gonna reach Europe anyways.
I mean,
So if
I saw a post saying Wilcox has told the locker room that their goal should be Champions League football, which is bloody unrealistic. But yeah,
yeah, so I mean, I mean, as a United fan, when I watch the game, anyways, if we play well, I don't know who's going to be the manager next year, and whether we are going to continue that momentum, we don't know. If we play shit, I mean, probably it's going to be shit next year, or if it happens, happens. Like we're going to play well. So there is nothing to look forward to at this point. So that's what hurts me the most. And also, who do I want to be the next United manager? I think this is the 20th time I have had this conversation. I mean, over the years, but I would say at this point, I will take Luis Enrique more than anyone else
okay.
because
I mean, I'd prefer Julian Nagelsmann, but yeah, I mean, Enrique would also
yeah,
be amazing.
I
Enrique would
mean,
also be amazing.
if United management can take someone with spine, probably I'll go for Luis Enrique.
What about
That's it.
Tuchel? How would that go? What do you guys think about
Tuchel,
I,
Tuchel?
he's got
1 year
Premier League
max.
experience. He's got Premier League experience. But see, the problem is, and I'm sure you guys discussed this on the last episode, United, clearly the board wants a puppet. They want a
Yeah.
guy that they can tell, you know what, these are the signings they're going to give you, make it work. They want a head coach. They don't want a manager. They just want someone to be like, coach the players, get them to win. We'll give you whatever player we think is right for the club. You make it work. And that's so incredibly stupid because just like how a couple of years back it was revealed that Ole actually asked for Bellingham, Rice, and Haaland instead of Ronaldo, Sancho, and whoever we signed in that summer transfer window. A couple of weeks back, it came out that Amorim wanted Watkins instead of Sesko. He wanted Emiliano Martinez instead of Sen Lamens. And I just don't understand why we can't back the manager. I get it. You don't want him to creep too much into the director point of thing and make the sporting director role irrelevant or whatever it is. But he's the one who's putting those players out there on the pitch. Take his opinions. If he needs a particular player, get him that kind of player. I was in the summer, I was also of the opinion that we shouldn't sign Benjamin Sesko. And to his credit, in the last two games, he's managed 3 goals. So good for him. Hopefully that form continues. But I would have personally preferred an Ollie Watkins or a John Philip Mateta up front, at least for this season. And yeah, I mean, it's just exposing how poorly run this club is, whether it's the Glazers or Ineos. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what can change it. We should have just, whether that
Shut down.
Sheikh Jassim guy exists or not, we should have just taken that Qatari oil money and run with it, man, honestly. It's just so sad. But yeah. Anyway, off the depressing topic that is Manchester United, let's talk about some of the more recent happenings in the world of football, particularly in terms of tournament news and upcoming tournament news. As of now, right now, while we are talking, the AFCON is going on and it will end in a couple of weeks. We've got the semifinals next, I believe. Egypt is playing Senegal and Morocco is taking on Nigeria. Thoughts on the AFCON so far? There was a lot of controversy heading in, particularly with Cameroon and just generally the general assumption that AFCON would be competitive. But it's had some interesting moments. Amad Diallo and Mbuemo have performed quite well, so that makes me happy as a Manchester United fan. But yeah, I mean, I know we won't have much to discuss in terms of AFCON, but what do you guys think about the current situation? We start with you, Dean.
I have no thoughts. I haven't watched a single game. I'm not following the tournament at all. After you told me this, I've just opened up the games on screen and I realized I haven't seen a single game. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm gonna pass this on to South Africa. Lost in the okay. Now I have a South African friend. I was gonna message him today.
Good God. All right. Oh, let's just get a quick prediction then. I mean, we've got Egypt versus Senegal, and that's basically Sadio Mane versus Mo Salah, the former Liverpool teammates. Who are you backing? You're backing Egypt, you're backing Senegal for this one.
Egypt,
Egypt, all right. And Nigeria,
Um,
Morocco. You got
Morocco.
Nusser
Morocco has a
Mazraoui, Brahim Diaz, Hakim Ziyech. They
yeah.
also finished in the semi-finals in the last World Cup.
Didn't
So
didn't Brahim Diaz play a year for
Spain.
Spain and then go
Yeah,
to Morocco?
yeah. I mean, he recently joined. I mean, changed his
Yeah.
nationality. Maybe 1.5, 2 years ago, I guess.
it's basically Achraf Hakimi, Mazraoui, Brahim Diaz, Sofian Amrabat, Hakim Ziyech
And Nesri?
versus
Al
yeah
Nassr.
Al Nassri also as well. I don't know if he's still there in the team, but Al Nassri as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, them versus Victor Osimhen, in my opinion. So it would be an interesting thing. I personally agree with you. I think it's going to be Egypt and Morocco in the finals, which would be
You're
an
forgetting
interesting watch.
Bono.
Bono, yeah, Bono's also there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
was class. Abe, what are your thoughts on the situation?
So, I mean, I just want to point out that interesting event of happenings in AFCON. So, I don't know if you saw, like, there was a Congo fan,
Yeah.
Democratic Republic Congo fan. I think his name is Lumumba Via. I mean, Congo got knocked out in the group stage, if I understand right. So he stayed like a statue for the entire 90 minutes for all their group stages. And what has happened is in the Algerian player, after scoring against Congo, made fun of that guy. Algeria got knocked out by Nigeria, and Nigerian player celebrated. The entire team celebrated like a statue in front of the Algerian player.
That's fair. That's,
So
I mean, yeah,
that was like a funny thing to remember.
yeah.
Game wise, I did not watch, but I saw I mean, few clips. Apart from that, I don't know where to watch AFCON also.
Hmm.
So yeah, but let me be honest. I mean, I know like I mean, on paper Morocco is better, but Nigeria's been playing really good football, and their Fulham boys, Calvin Bassey and
Alex Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi, they are doing it. I mean, they are giving their best, and of course, Osimhen. If you see yesterday, I mean, Osimhen's goal yesterday that was really good. So it's gonna be a close fight. Same with
Hmm.
Senegal and Egypt. Since you told it's gonna be Egypt versus Morocco, I'm gonna say Senegal versus Nigeria in the final.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, to give context to what you were saying, in that Algeria-Congo game, the fan was actually paying homage to, I think, a really major figure in Congo history, and that is the former Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Patrice Lumumba. And yeah, the Algerian player mocked that. He wasn't aware of the history behind it. And actually, after the match, he apologized to the country of Congo. But I guess Nigeria didn't think that apology was enough and decided to mock him at the end of it all. On to news that's more relevant to us as Indians. The ISL is starting in February. I believe it's starting on February 10th or 14th or something like that. I'm not sure
Yeah, I
about the
think
14th,
exact
14th,
date.
14th,
14th,
Valentine's
14th,
Day.
yeah.
14.
Valentine's
Yep.
Day.
So our mutual love of football is back on Valentine's Day on the February 14th. And ISL, yeah, I'm excited. I'm assuming we've got, I know Abe is a Kerala Blasters fan, and yeah, me and Dheer are Bangalore FC fans. I'm
And
excited
all
as,
of us are Malayalis.
and all of us are. Yeah, you just had to throw that out there, did you? Throw us under the bus. Look,
Yeah.
literally just told
Like,
our audience, as limited as it is, look at these Malayalis supporting Bangalore. Shame on them. But yeah, I mean, I've never been this excited for domestic Indian football. I'll be honest. I never realized how much of an impact not having ISL for a year would have on me, and how much it would like rile me up into thinking about what the actual situation is with Indian football, and how, I mean, piss poor it's been over the last couple of years. I mean, yeah, how are you guys feeling about the ISL being back, and do you think this is a sign of good things to come for Indian football, or is this just like a quick patch-up job and just hoping things go all right? Let's start with you, Deep.
I think it, I think it's a patch-up job again, and it's a very short tournament now, right? What, 3 months, maybe? They're
Probably,
wrapping
yeah.
it up very quickly. Like I think what I read was
Yeah.
2 or 3 months. They're wrapping it up. So, man, it's a very deep issue, and I don't think we can be any hopeful from this being played. I think Indian football in itself is borderline dead.
Hmm.
There has to be a lot of structural change. I mean, the only thing that I can think which is worse than Indian football right now is United, Manchester United. So, I mean, it's that bad. It's in that condition. So, there has to be some reset.
I
There
mean,
has to be.
To United's credit, we at least have United at least have money. That's something even Indian football doesn't have.
Fair.
So that's also
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
but yeah, it is a bad situation.
there is no hope, to be honest, right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I agree with Deer, but at the same time, I think it's at least like if it's 2 months, 2 months, we can at least watch Indian football. And I'm wondering because all the clubs, all the ASL clubs mostly, I mean, they released most of their players or send players on loan. For example, Adrian Luna was sent on loan to some other club by Kerala Blasters, for example. I don't know what's gonna happen to all those players now and how teams are gonna come up with a squad and all that in the next 1 month. But at least, I mean, at least Indian players. I mean, maybe Indian youngsters get enough opportunity this year. I don't
Hmm.
know, but at least let's say it's
Something.
happening. So something is better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully it's a good opportunity for the domestic players that wouldn't have gotten a chance to, showcase their talents. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only hope you could say is I think the government, like we mentioned a couple of weeks back, the government has postponed the elections for all governing bodies and sports to December of 2026. And hopefully, while this is just a patch-up job, by the time 2026 December rolls around, we'll have a more clearer idea of what the governing body of football in India looks like. And hopefully that will be a good thing for Indian football fans. But again, we can't set our hopes too high. Let's end the video with some quick predictions. We've got domestic league football in Europe coming up this weekend. Of course, I mean, we don't have all the boys here, so we won't really touch upon the major matches. Let's just focus on the clubs we support. Barcelona taking on Real Sociedad, and of course, United are in the Manchester Derby. That's going to be fun. For context, we'll start with Deal and then we get into the context of the matches Derby thing. What are your predictions for Barca Sociedad? Comfortable win for Barca?
Yeah, I think we're on a good high right now. So I think we have all our players back, so I don't think there's going to be anything to question the game. After this Super Copa win, I think the kids have tasted blood and they'll be way more like inspired to play better. So I think it
That's
should
a
be an
fun
easy win.
line right there, isn't it? What a fun line. The kids have tasted blood. Like, oh my
I want to say I want to say the sharks have tasted blood, but
God.
there's only one shark.
All right, fine,
Uh,
yeah. But yeah, what is your
yeah,
prediction for
and
the score?
man, I'm gonna give it a three, up by three.
Up by
It could
three.
be a
Okay,
4-1 or a
nice.
5-2, but up by three because Rafinha's in that form. He's
That's
feeling it.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, let's go out to the United context. So yeah, we are facing Man City, and yeah, as you can see by mine and Abe's faces, we are not too excited about the prospect of facing City. On one hand, you have United who lost 2-1 to Brighton. On the other hand, you have City who hulked Exeter City 10-1. It's not going to be fun by any means. Yes, it's being played in Old Trafford, but as we have discussed, it's not really the theater of dreams anymore. It's more the theater of nightmares. Abe, I mean, my prediction is pretty straightforward. I think it's just going to be 3-1 to City, and maybe Benjamin Sesko continues his fine form and gets one goal at least. What are your thoughts, Abe? What's the predictions and what's it looking like for United?
I agree with you, Nitin. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I really hope like since it's gonna be Carrick's first match at United, Pep is gonna overthink some shit and he's gonna play, let's say, O'Reilly up front and Cherky
We can
right
only
back
hope.
or something. Yeah, something of probably
Oh God.
United. I mean, Diego Dallo finally scores or something like that. I don't know, but realistically speaking, let's say 2-0 City.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember that whole narrative of Ryan Cherky dominating us is going to be there after he made it so clear that he wants to destroy United. It's just going to be such a painful watch, man. I'm not looking forward to it, man. But anyway, all right. But yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of the episode. We apologize for ending on such a depressing note, particularly for United fans. Of course, you can see that sly fucking smile that Saurabh has got over there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we're not at full strength. Hopefully, we will be back at full strength next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let them subscribe. Let them know about the good word that is the Footism podcast. I mean, we're a bunch of fun guys. We talk about football. We're having fun here. Get in on the fun. But yeah, again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.